think since I mentioned, you know what? Let's do a cash grab. Let's do a cash grab. We're gonna start off with the heavy hitters. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Let's start off with what's popular. I have attached the microphone to a pen. A sword envelope opener. Let's see if it sticks. Okay. First things first. I got the Batman and Deadpool issue one shot. This is a collaboration. If you're not familiar, this is a collaboration between Marvel and DC Comics. The first time in over 20 years. I did another review on the Deadpool and Batman issue. They came out in October. No, it came out in December. No, September. It came out in September. So, this is actually written by DC, whereas the previous one was written by Marvel. So they're taking turns on their little crossover event, which is it's really cool. I really like this one. This one's a lot better than the Marvel version. Surprise, surprise. But I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's fun, and it's especially fun if you read the characters' voices in the voice of Ryan Reynolds and your choice of Batman, because there are like 9 different Batmans. So, I think for me, obviously, I went with the not a live-action Batman, Kevin Conroy. So let me know who your favorite Batman is. And sticking with that cover, or with that issue, I bought variant editions of the same comic book. I don't know if you can see that. Batman and Deadpool, but this is a Gambit and Damian Wayne edition. Yeah, I just thought it was really cool because Gambit's whole thing is that he throws cards, and he's throwing a Joker card, which is very fitting to Batman's character. It's a really cool cover, so that's why I bought it. I love Gambit too. Now, the same comic book I bought again for a third time, but this is another variant cover. This is a Joker and Doctor Doom cover art cover. I forgot the artist's name, but he's doing a fantastic job in the Amazing Spider-Man Visions series for his covers. I was trying to collect all of them. I forgot his name. I follow him on Instagram, so maybe I'll tag him and you can check out his work. I had to get this one. This one is sick. It's very Alex Ross. Okay, I'm gonna stick to DC for now. I have a whole other, I have a bunch of piles for all of my Marvel ones, but here I have DC KO. I don't know if I should be tapping on DC KO. If you're not familiar with DC KO, I believe this is just, I haven't read it yet, but from what I gather online is that it's a giant multiversal fight. So yeah, we got characters fighting each other to see who's gonna take on. Is it Darkseid? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when I read this. But it's been very popular. And I also have. Wait, is that the second? Yeah, that's issue 2. This is issue 1. Still haven't opened it. I got like a bloody torn shirt Superman there, and all the other DC characters in the back. So it's really cool because eventually we're gonna see this is like a whole event that DC is doing. Eventually, we're gonna see Homelander versus Superman. So we'll finally settle the debate, even though it shouldn't really be a debate. But people want to see it. I want to see it. We know who wins, and it shouldn't even be that difficult for Superman. But whatever. We got Absolute Batman number 15, number 14. Number 15 just came out this week. I need to go pick it up. That one is very important, but this is the final confrontation between Absolute Batman and Bane. And look at that. We got a Killer Croc helping out Mr. Bruce. If you haven't been checking out the Absolute Batman series, you are living under a rock, because this is one of the most popular selling series of all time, and it's insane. It's awesome. Batman is fighting like literal demons. His rogue gallery are just demons, man. It's pretty cool. And now, if you think this is scary, keep in mind Batman is 6'9", like 400 pounds. Look at the size of Bane. Wait until you see Absolute Joker. That is a literal demon. He eats babies. He wears babies. He wears babies. Yeah, so I'm excited to, pick up that issue 15. Maybe I'll do a little review over it in the next one, because these are getting really fun. Picking up comic books again is it's a fun hobby. It's an expensive hobby. So I guess from here on I'm just going to show you all the other little pulls that I got. So they re-released Ultimate Spider-Man from 2000. And I absolutely love this art. It is very 2000s. It's awesome. It's very colorful, but it's a notorious series. And eventually I'd like to get an original first issue or first print. But this will do for now. And here I have I've been looking for this comic for a while. I know it's not that hard to find, but it's just an iconic cover. It's Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane. Look at that. That's an iconic image right there. Usually it's like a silver background, like a white background, but I got the second printing gold edition for $10, so I think that was a pretty good deal. Let's see. Now, one that I've been eyeing at my local comic book shop. It's a key, and I gave in and I bought it just because I absolutely love this. This villain, this issue. So, context. One of my favorite superhero is Spider-Man, and my favorite rogue or villain, Spider-Man villain, besides Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, all of Spider-Man's villains are very cool. But I think one of my absolute favorites is, can you guess? Mysterio. So this is, those are Mysterio's hands. That's Spider-Man right there. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 67. Please do not make that joke. Please, grow up. So this is issue number 67. And this is from, I believe, 1964. It's from the 60s. So this is my oldest comic book that I have. It's not graded, it's in okay condition. I bought it at a fairly decent price. It's not so much about reselling this. This is art. I collect art. So, yeah. The one that I really want is the issue before this. Number 66. Amazing Spider-Man number 66. That is my favorite. That is my favorite comic book cover of all time. I used to have that as a poster on my wall back when I was little. So that's that's why it holds some sort of like value, like sentimental value to that image. So that's why I want that specific issue of Amazing Spider-Man number 66. So if someone wants to gift it to me, let me know. I'll send you my contact info. Okay, story time. When I was like 13, 14 years old, I went to this like indoor, not a farmer's market, but like, I don't know, it was just a sort of market where there was a bunch of little shops left and right here and there. And there was a guy selling comic books and trading cards. And I remember I was like, hey, I want some Spider-Man comics. I've never had a comic book before. So um, I bought two comic books. I bought two Spider-Man comics. One of them is hanging up there, and I will show you eventually. But the other one is this Web of Spider-Man with a holographic Spider-Man, 3D holographic Spider-Man. And this is for the 30th anniversary of The Amazing Spider-Man. So this came out in 1992. And it was one of the first comics that I bought. And I got it for $5. Recently, I was scavenging through the comic book store, the Amazing Spider-Man section. And I was able to find this one, which is The Amazing Spider-Man. The last one was a Web of Spider-Man, and it's a holographic cover paying homage to the original Amazing Fantasy number 15. It's a black cover. Now, with this, I was like, hey, what do you mean I have the red one? That's weird. So I did a little research. It turns out there was actually 4 printings. So I believe there was like 4 different series for Spider-Man going on at the time. And they all kind of collabed and did a little something special for the 30th anniversary. And they came out with 4 of them. And 4 different colors. So now I showed you the Web of Spider-Man, which is the red one, the Amazing Spider-Man, which is the black one, and here I have the Spectacular Spider-Man, which is a blue one with a little Spider-Man swinging in holographic 3D photo. Yeah, so that's really cool. So my comic book shop had those 2. And now I'm on the hunt for the 3rd one, or the 4th one, the green one. I'm looking for that one. And the thing is, I could order it online, but it's more fun finding it in person. You know, I think that just adds a layer of fun to this hobby of comic book collecting. You know, I don't want to just buy just because I want to make a story out of it. It just makes it a lot more fun. And if that takes years, so be it. I'll be okay. So yeah, these are the Spider-Man covers. I will get the green one. Okay, now we've got a Ghost Rider from 1991. I needed this cover. I mean, look at it. It's so fire, literally. Plus, it glows in the dark. Tell me that's not freaking cool. Glow in the dark. It actually doesn't glow in the dark anymore. From what I've seen. I'll try it again tonight and let you guys know. And then we got the king of aura farming, Mr. Silver Surfer. This is the death of Silver Surfer. This is a variant edition. This was like, I don't know how many of these were printed, but there's very few. And I want to start collecting more Silver Surfer comic books because, like I said, he's the king of aura farming. Now, I feel like that I mentioned Silver Surfer. It's a great um, it's a great bridge or segment into other cosmic Marvel characters that I absolutely love. If you know me, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm a huge Nova fan. In fact, I have a Nova comic up there and a Nova Funko Pop that I will be showing you in another video, hopefully. So, Nova is one of my favorite Marvel characters, superhero characters of all time. And I really wanted to start collecting these comics. Now, luckily, I don't. Luckily, Marvel Studios hasn't used them for some reason in any of their projects, their movies. So he's still a little underground, a little bit, right? So people, the mainstream, don't care for him as much, which is good for me because I get to buy all of his older comics at a pretty good price. Like, okay, fine, I'll tell you. Fine, I'll show you. Now up there, I do have an original 1976 first issue, first printing, first appearance of Nova, 1976. This is a comic book that I absolutely love, specifically for the artwork that is done in the front. I mean, just look at that; it's full of color. It's Nova, man. He's awesome. This particular issue is a newsstand variant, so this was sold in newsstands, specifically compared to like direct editions, which are sold in comic books. So this one was sold like at a, maybe like a drugstore or like a newsstand or something. I don't know. If you have more information on that, let me know. Write it down in the comments. Okay. So now that we're on the topic of Nova, I'm slowly picking up the Annihilation run. So if you're familiar with the Annihilation run, it's pretty much where Nova, Richard Rider, becomes Nova Prime after Annihilus destroys the entire Nova Corps. It's apparently one of Marvel's best events that they've ever done, and I might have to agree with them there. I've read it, not physically, but online with the YouTube videos and stuff. But here I have Annihilation number 3 and Annihilation number 2. This is a 6-shot series, so there are 6 issues in the actual story, and I have 2 of them. And like I said, I could just buy them online, but I'm not going to. Now, they actually did like side stories that kind of tied in with the actual event. So this is a Annihilation Nova. That right there is not Nova, that's Quasar. And this is 4 issues in the series. This is 3 of 4, so I need those other 3. And I'll be looking for those at my local comic book stores when I travel to other cities. Pick them up. So here I've got a few other Novas. So this is Nova number 11. This is the newer Nova from like 2012, 2011, where Sam Alexander. This is the first time Sam Alexander meets Richard Rider. So this is why I mainly bought it. I mean, I have the first issue of Nova of this series too, and I want to start collecting more of them. And here I just got the Amazing Spider-Man issue 351 and 352. Now this is where he teams up with Nova, Spider-Man and Nova, 2 of my favorite superheroes. So I absolutely needed it, and I got them for $5 each. So. And then we got one last Nova to show you. Oh, before I do that, this is 1976 Nova issue number 20. I showed it to you guys in the last one. This is what I'm about to show you is another Nova comic book, but this is a brand new series that just came out last month. Nova Centurion, and first issue came out, and I absolutely loved it. I absolutely freaking loved it. It was great. It was like watching a movie, and I have a few voices in my head. Sounds weird. I have a few ideal actors that can play Nova in the MCU, and I can talk about that in another video. But I read them in their voice, and it works so perfectly. And you know, I love me some variant covers, so I got myself this variant edition of the same comic book. This was actually the first one that I got, rather than the original. I couldn't find the original, so I went to another comic book store and they had the original. And on top of that, they also had the foil edition variant. And there's like too much glare going on, but it's a really good cover. I need to get a sleeve for this thing. It's so cool. I mean, you can't really tell, but there are so many colors going on. I mean, you can kind of see it, but there's a lot of colors that the camera doesn't show. And I wasn't bending it, I swear. It's just a really good cover for Nova. And this issue is really good. Part 2 came out a few days ago, so I need to go pick that up. Hopefully I'm not too late for any foils, and if there are any. But yeah, that's my my Nova collection so far. Got one more to show you. And this is a Daredevil and Punisher new series that came out. I mean, look at them. These guys are aura farming. Aura farming. Look at that. Look at that. It's nice. And I, of course, bought the variant cover. Aura farmers to the max. I actually haven't read this either. There's a lot of comic books that I need to read. But yeah, that's my comic book collection. What do you guys think? My noob, probably. Yeah, I'm barely getting into this in a sense. Here, let me show you my short box that I have here. Yeah, so it's not a short box; it's a long box, right? But as you can see, I have all these other comics on the floor, so I'm sorry for disrespecting them. But yeah, I really enjoy collecting these. I like talking about them. I know this was a pretty fast video, so if you want me to go into detail with any other series, or you want me to check out another series that I haven't mentioned, let me know in the comments. If you want me to do other things other than comic books, like going back to my geology stuff, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. Yeah, so hope you like this video. It's my comic book box. Iron Fist, I need some Iron Fist comics.